Imagine a life where every decision you make is yours, not influenced by the opinions of others, not dictated by societal norms, and not clouded by the fear of judgment. It's a life where you wake up each morning knowing that your actions align with your dreams and values. That's the essence of taking control of your life. It's about reclaiming your power and steering your own ship through the waters of existence. Taking control begins with a simple but profound realization: this is your life. Nobody else will live it for you. Others may have their opinions, their desires for you, or even their own ideas of what your journey should look like, but they're not the ones walking in your shoes. You are. And that's why it's crucial to ensure the steps you take are rooted in your own vision, not someone else's blueprint. Far too often, people drift through life on autopilot, letting circumstances, traditions, or other people's expectations determine their course. It's not that they intend to give up control, it's just that they never actively take it. They find themselves saying yes when they want to say no, pursuing careers that don't ignite their passion, or maintaining relationships that drain their energy, all because it seems easier to comply than to confront. But let me tell you, compliance comes at a cost, the cost of your happiness, your dreams, and ultimately your sense of fulfillment. Taking control of your life requires intention. It starts with asking yourself some deep, sometimes uncomfortable questions. What do I truly want? What are my goals, my values, my passions? What's holding me back from pursuing them? These questions demand honesty, and the answers might surprise you. You may realize that you've been following a path laid out by others, or that fear of failure, rejection, or change has been keeping you stuck. But here's the good news: awareness is the first step toward transformation. Once you have clarity about what you want, the next step is courage. Courage to say no to what doesn't serve you. Courage to let go of relationships, habits, or commitments that no longer align with your goals. Courage to take risks, face challenges, and embrace uncertainty as you carve out your path. It won't always be easy, but every small step you take in the direction of your dreams is a step toward a life of freedom and purpose. Taking control also means embracing responsibility. It's acknowledging that your current circumstances are, in many ways, a result of past choices. That might sting a little, but it's also incredibly empowering because it means you hold the power to create something new. You're not at the mercy of luck, fate, or other people's decisions. You are the architect of your destiny. When you take control of your life, something remarkable happens. You stop feeling like a passenger and start feeling like a driver. Your days are no longer defined by what others want from you, but by what you want for yourself. And in that, you'll find a sense of fulfillment that no amount of external validation can ever provide. Living under the weight of others' expectations is a quiet trap that many fall into, often without even realizing it. From a young age, society, family, and friends begin to weave a tapestry of what they believe your life should look like. They tell you what success means, what career you should pursue, how you should behave, and even what kind of life you should aspire to lead. At first, it feels comforting to have a path laid out for you, less uncertainty, fewer questions. But over time, that comfort can become a cage. The challenge with expectations is their subtle nature. They often masquerade as guidance, advice, or well-meaning support. This is what's best for you, they say. But whose version of best is it? It's easy to confuse someone else's vision for your life with your own, especially when it comes from those you care about or respect. But the danger lies in building your life around someone else's dream while neglecting your own. When you live to meet expectations that aren't aligned with your values or passions, a disconnect begins to grow. It's like walking in shoes that don't fit. Eventually, it becomes painful. You may achieve what others deem as success, earning a prestigious title, following a conventional path, or adhering to societal norms, but feel a nagging emptiness. That's your heart reminding you that you're off course. Fear often keeps us bound to these expectations. The fear of disappointing others, of being judged, or of stepping into the unknown can be paralyzing. Human nature craves acceptance, and approval feels like validation. But in striving to gain that approval, you risk losing sight of who you truly are. Breaking free from the trap of expectations isn't about rejecting every piece of advice or disregarding others' opinions altogether. It's about discernment, understanding which expectations align with your authentic self and which do not. It requires self-reflection and honesty, Ask yourself, am I pursuing this because it truly resonates with me, or because I feel I should? That single question can reveal the hidden strings pulling at your decisions. The process of stepping out of this trap can be uncomfortable. It might mean making choices that others don't understand. You may face resistance or even disapproval from people you care about. But remember, your life is yours to live, and true happiness comes from fulfilling your potential, not someone else's version of it. When you begin to honor your own desires and ambitions, you create a life that feels purposeful and satisfying. You discover a sense of freedom that only comes from living authentically. While others' opinions may still matter, they no longer dictate your path. In time, those who truly love and respect you will come to see and appreciate the joy and fulfillment that radiates from a life lived on your terms. And for those who don't, that's okay. Not everyone will understand your journey, and they don't need to. What matters is that you do. Understanding yourself is the cornerstone of building a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. It's the starting point for taking control of your journey and living authentically. Self-awareness is not just a buzzword, it's a transformative practice that enables you to recognize who you are at your core. Independent of societal expectations or external influences, when you truly know yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, passions, and values, you gain the clarity needed to navigate life's complexities with confidence and purpose. Many people drift through life without ever pausing to reflect on what they genuinely want. They chase goals imposed by others, conforming to roles and expectations that don't resonate with their inner selves. But living this way often leads to frustration, dissatisfaction, and a lingering sense that something is missing. That's why self-awareness is so crucial. It acts as a compass, guiding you toward decisions and actions that align with your authentic self. To cultivate self-awareness, you must be willing to ask yourself meaningful questions. What makes you come alive? What are your non-negotiables, those values or principles you simply cannot compromise? What activities or pursuits bring you a sense of fulfillment and joy? By exploring these questions, you begin to peel back the layers of conditioning and uncover your true desires. This process requires honesty and courage, as it may reveal that some aspects of your current life are misaligned with who you really are. Once you develop this clarity, you gain a newfound sense of power. You no longer feel compelled to compare yourself to others or seek validation from outside sources. The opinions of others lose their grip on you because you are grounded in your own truth. This inner strength allows you to make decisions confidently, knowing they reflect your values rather than someone else's agenda. It also helps you set boundaries and prioritize your energy, focusing on what genuinely matters to you. Self-awareness is not a one-time exercise, it's an ongoing journey. As you grow and evolve, so will your understanding of yourself. Life experiences, challenges, and successes all contribute to shaping your perspective, so it's essential to continuously check in with yourself. Journaling, meditation, and moments of quiet reflection are powerful tools for staying connected to your inner voice. The benefits of self-awareness ripple through every area of life. In your career, it helps you choose work that aligns with your strengths and passions. In relationships, it allows you to show up authentically and attract people who value you for who you truly are. In personal growth, it creates the foundation for meaningful progress, as you're not wasting energy chasing goals that don't resonate with your core identity. Living without self-awareness is like navigating a ship without a map. You may move, but you'll rarely arrive where you truly want to be. When you know yourself deeply, however, you gain the clarity and confidence to chart a course that leads to a life of fulfillment, purpose, and genuine happiness. Living authentically means that at some point you're going to disappoint others. It's inevitable. Whether it's family members who have a vision for your life that doesn't align with your dreams, friends who expect you to remain the same person you've always been, or colleagues who don't understand your decisions, pursuing your truth will challenge the expectations others place on you. And that's okay. In fact, it's necessary. The fear of disappointing others often holds people hostage. It keeps them stuck in jobs they dislike, relationships that no longer serve them, or lifestyles that feel hollow. But think about this for a moment. Whose life are you living? Is it yours? Or is it a script written by someone else? The truth is, if you spend your time trying to make everyone happy, you'll end up sacrificing your own happiness. It takes courage to stand firm in your decisions, especially when they go against the grain of what others believe is best for you. That courage doesn't mean you're being rebellious or unkind. It means you're being honest about what matters to you. And honesty, while sometimes uncomfortable, is a sign of respect for yourself and for the people in your life. It's a way of saying, I value myself enough to follow my heart, and I value you enough to be truthful about who I am. The hard part is dealing with the reactions. Not everyone will understand your choices, and some may even take them personally. You might hear comments like, I just want what's best for you, or you've changed. And they're right, you have changed. Growth requires change, and change often makes people uncomfortable. But their discomfort is not your responsibility to fix. When you choose to live authentically, you set a powerful example. You show others that it's possible to pursue your dreams, even in the face of criticism. You demonstrate that living in alignment with your values is worth the temporary friction it might cause. Over time, those who truly care about you will come to respect your choices, even if they don't always agree with them. There's freedom in understanding that you don't have to please everyone. In fact, trying to please everyone is a losing battle because people's expectations are constantly shifting. What pleases one person might disappoint another. But when you choose to focus on living a life that feels right for you, the right people will align with your journey. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting in spite of it. When you face the fear of disappointing others head on, you begin to realize it's not as overwhelming as it seems. The temporary discomfort is a small price to pay for the long-term fulfillment that comes from being true to yourself. Ultimately, living authentically means recognizing that your life is yours to live. It's not about disrespecting others or ignoring their input. It's about understanding that your happiness, growth, and purpose matter. So if living your truth means disappointing a few people along the way, have the courage to do it. Because in the end, your authenticity will shine brighter than their expectations ever could. Living authentically is one of the most liberating experiences a person can have. When you choose to honor your true self, you stop carrying the heavy burden of pretense and start experiencing life in its most genuine form. Authenticity isn't about perfection, it's about alignment, about bringing your thoughts, actions, and values into harmony. It's when who you are on the inside matches how you show up in the world. The journey toward authenticity often begins with letting go of the need for approval. From an early age, we're conditioned to seek validation from others, parents, teachers, peers, society. We learn to shape our behaviors and choices to fit expectations, often at the expense of our individuality. But the reality is, no one else is living your life. No one else can feel your joys, endure your struggles, or dream your dreams. So why let them dictate how you live? When you embrace authenticity, you give yourself permission to live on your terms. This doesn't mean disregarding others' feelings or becoming self-centered. It means prioritizing your truth while respecting others. It's about saying, this is who I am, and I'm okay with that. This clarity frees you from the exhausting cycle of trying to please everyone or conform to a mold that was never meant for you. Living authentically also deepens your relationships. When you show up as your true self, you attract people who resonate with your values and appreciate you for who you really are. Authenticity acts like a magnet, drawing in genuine connections while repelling relationships built on superficiality or convenience. You might lose some people along the way, but the ones who remain will be there for the right reasons. These authentic relationships are far more fulfilling because they're based on honesty and mutual respect. Freedom and authenticity also means embracing your imperfections. Too often we hide parts of ourselves out of fear of judgment or rejection. But these perceived flaws are what make us human. They're the stories, lessons, and experiences that shape who we are. When you own your imperfections, you release the shame tied to them and create space for self-compassion. Paradoxically, it's in showing our vulnerabilities that we discover our greatest strength. As you lean into your authentic self, you'll find that life begins to flow more naturally. Decision-making becomes easier because you're no longer torn between what you want and what others expect. Opportunities that align with your values seem to appear effortlessly because you're moving in a direction that feels right for you. And perhaps most importantly, you'll experience a profound sense of inner peace, knowing that you're living in integrity with yourself. Authenticity is not a destination, but a practice, a daily commitment to live truthfully, no matter the challenges. It's about choosing freedom over fear, courage over conformity, and self-expression over suppression. When you live authentically, you're not just existing, you're truly alive. And there's no greater freedom than that. The world is an intricate tapestry of individuals, each thread unique, vibrant, and essential to the beauty of the whole. Among those threads is you. Not the version of you molded by societal expectations or shaped to fit into someone else's narrative, but the authentic, unfiltered version, the real you. That version of you holds a value that no one else can replicate. From the moment we're born, the world subtly teaches us to conform. Parents, teachers, peers, and even the media send messages about what's acceptable, what's admired, and what's expected. Over time, it becomes easy to bury our quirks, silence our dreams, and trade authenticity for approval. But here's the truth: the more you suppress who you truly are, the more you deprive the world of something irreplaceable. There's only one you. In the vastness of history and humanity, no one else can contribute what you can. Your thoughts, talents, and perspective are entirely unique. And the world, it thrives on diversity. Imagine a symphony where every instrument plays the same note, or a painting with just one color. The richness of life comes from variety, and you are an essential part of that richness. When you embrace your true self, you bring something extraordinary to the table. You inspire others to do the same. Authenticity is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are unapologetically themselves because it gives them permission to be genuine too. Think about the people who have left a mark on history: artists, innovators, leaders. They weren't remarkable because they imitated someone else. They made an impact because they dared to be themselves, even when it was uncomfortable or risky. Living authentically doesn't mean you'll always be understood or celebrated. In fact, it may come with moments of resistance or loneliness. But the rewards far outweigh the challenges. When you live in alignment with who you truly are, your life feels lighter. You wake up with a sense of purpose because you're no longer carrying the weight of pretending. Your choices, relationships, and work become expressions of your unique essence. And here's the thing: the world doesn't need more people trying to fit in. It needs people willing to stand out. It needs your voice, your creativity, your ideas. Whether you realize it or not, your authenticity has a ripple effect. It might encourage a friend to pursue their passion, inspire a stranger to embrace their individuality, or even spark a movement that changes lives. Every person you meet is walking their own path, but when you show up as your real self, you become a beacon of possibility. You remind others that they don't have to conform to belong. You show them that being real is enough. So let the world see you, the real you. Not a version that's been edited or filtered, but the one that laughs, dreams, stumbles, and shines. Because that's the person the world has been waiting for. And that's the person who can make a difference.